In studio here this morning is Dave Gordon. Good morning, David. Good morning.
Good morning.
Dave, you're running for county clerk.
You got it.
And I will tell you, you're causing some ripples in the water here.
That's not uncommon, I don't think. Whenever I've ran for public office, people tend to maybe disagree with my stance on some of the issues. But, in this particular instance, there's a lot of issues out there that are prevalent with the clerk's office, with record handling, with how the DMV is handled. And so there's a lot of great opportunity to do some really good things for the people in this position. It's a non-lawmaking type position.
Yeah.
It's just a customer constituent-based service position. And, I'm excited to be a part of something that's a lot less controversial. I'm sure after the election will be much less controversial, and people will be able to enjoy the services. I'm sure you can make it controversial,
can't you? Aren't you planning to make it a little controversial?
There's some things up there.
Yeah. All right. Why going after this position? Being that is held by Sandy DePerno, who seems to have done a really pretty good job with bringing the county into more of a modern day.
Well, I think a lot of people would debate that there are some issues still with technological disappointments with everything from the DMV to record keeping. A lot of information that's not correct. A lot of problems with digitizing records. They're way behind on digitizing historic records. They're way behind on property parcel information being accurate and properly put online. They're behind from the DMV aspect as far as how they handle customer service there, how they're able to provide services. In other counties, other states in particular, they utilize things like DMV kiosk machines that are located around counties in different areas. In fact, if you've been to Destiny Mall, Onondaga County has a DMV machine right in the mall itself to help people with their ever-changing lifestyles.
What can you do at a DMV kiosk?
So at a DMV kiosk, you can renew your registration, you can renew your driver's license, a lot of services, change your address, things that people typically wait in line down at the DMV for. Okay. Or if they go online and, like the current clerk has talked about, this 321 Main Street campaign, which we talked about when I was a county legislator several years ago, is that whenever you don't do business directly with the county, the state gets the majority of that money.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we obviously know what the governor and the legislature does with that money, building empty nano buildings and things of that sort. So we like to keep that money here as much as we can in Oneida County. Yeah. It's important to the people here that their money stays locally. They work hard for it.
You didn't even have to get elected. You just stirred it up right now.
Yeah. Sandy DePerno was on after you announced, and she said you have a problem, and that problem is you run for everything. How do you respond to her?
Well, I think that until things change, until every position and every politician out there has perfected the job that they're in. But that's what government's all about. It's about bringing new people in with new ideas who aspire to be a part of positive change for the people. And, when I took a look at this race, it was very important to weigh some of the ideas that I could bring to the table. I own an insurance agency, so I deal quite frequently with people that have to go to the DMV for vehicle registration changes, things like that. I mean, just the issues that are prevalent, just really simplistic stuff, like people want to do a plate surrender at the DMV, and they wait in line only to be told as soon as they get up to the front that they didn't have to wait in line. Well, how does the average person know that they don't have to wait in line, that they can skip everybody to drop a plate off?
By the way, I skipped everybody, and I went to Herkimer County, which is how I got quick service. And to be fair, the line was just huge, and I went maybe on a bad day, whatever. But there were people walking through, helping people out with, you're in a city. A city the size of Utica is going to get a very, very overburdened DMV. There's just no doubt about it.
And location is a big issue. Years ago when they brought the DMV to the train station, they did so with good intentions. They wanted people to come down and see a historical landmark and really
it makes
enjoy
that building very, very active. I think that's a positive.
It does. One of the issues was then they started bringing more departments in. So now you have the public defender's office, you have probation, you have planning, you have the board of elections down there, and all the county employees have to have some place to park too.
Yeah.
And one of the things you'll notice if you go down the DMV is that there is little to no parking for people to park.
It is a problem. There's no doubt about it. Joe, on with Dave Gordon. Joe Lowe.
Hey, how are you, Bill? This morning, I was just listening, and I want to say I think that Dave brings a lot of great ideas to the table, especially one that maybe possibly putting a DMV over there at the old Gander Mountain site, and I think maybe a few more areas. You know, when you go to Herkimer, the Valley, you go to Rome or Wampsville, I mean, you can get into these DMVs quickly and easily, and it becomes more of a hassle of time lost than anything else. And I think
do they have
has to be able to straighten that out. It's great.
Do they have a DMV in Wampsville?
They do.
Well, I didn't know that.
They
Sure
do.
and it's easy to get in and out of there.
Should have gone over there. That's where I should.
Can
That's
I just,
the problem.
Thank you, Joe.
Joe
Thank
likes
you.
the idea of these like satellite locations or these mobile. But how much does it cost to do that? And does it offset how much you're generating versus someone going to the state?
So my plan actually calls for opening another DMV office in New Hartford, like Joe had alluded to, at the old Gander Mountain. They're going to have a ton of space there. It's a huge building. I've talked with some of the officials there. They've got plenty of space, and it really helps clear out the congestion in Utica. And
how much
does
it cost? So that was his.
So preliminary numbers are showing that it's going to cost at least $1.2 million at least to staff it, based on what the current budget is at the Utica office. But when I was on the legislature, it was a well-known fact that we lose several millions of dollars because people leave the area to go do their DMV.
I want you to sit tight. We're going to hit you on the other side.